sister changed the locks while I was at work, but when $38 million hit my secret account, her 91 missed calls, my mother's letter, and Derek's debt exposed the real family thief. I came home from a 12-hour shift to find my entire life in a grocery bag on the porch. My nursing shoes, 3 scrub sets, my phone charger, my mother's Bible, jammed in there like trash, and my sister Lena standing in the doorway, hand resting on a brand new brass deadbolt like she owned the world. "This is better for everyone," she said. She used her church voice, soft, gentle, the same one she uses when she wants people to think she's kind. Behind her, my brother-in-law Derek stood holding a power drill like a trophy. "You're 28, Audrey," he said. "Time to stand on your own." I almost laughed in his face. For 4 years, I paid half the mortgage, the groceries, the utility bills, Dad's cardiology visits before he died. I slept on a pull-out couch in the den because Derek's golf clubs needed my closet. I gave them everything, and they handed me a paper bag. My mother stood at the top of the stairs and said nothing. I picked up the bag and walked to my car. Derek called after me. "Don't make this dramatic." I didn't answer. What he didn't know, what none of them knew, was that 3 days earlier, a healthcare startup I'd quietly co-founded during night shifts and lunch breaks had just sold to a major company in Chicago. My phone buzzed at 9:47 that morning. The email from my attorney read, "Congratulations, Audrey. It is official. $38,200,000. I had stared at the number until my screen went dark. I hadn't told my mother. I hadn't told Lena. I hadn't told Derek. And as I drove away from the only house I'd ever called home, I felt one thing clearly. My silence had protected me. The missed calls started 3 weeks later. 17 the first day, 39 by dinner, 91 by the following morning. Lena left the first voicemail. "Hey, Audie, sweet as sugar. I've been thinking about you so much. Family is everything. I miss my sister. Let's do dinner. Just us." I hadn't heard her call me Audie since we were kids, before jealousy learned to wear lipstick. Then Derek emailed me a 4-page PDF. He called it Whitmore Family Holdings, LLC, building generational wealth together. He wanted $4 million, managed by him naturally, with Lena as community relations director, and my mother as honorary matriarch. There were pie charts. There was a paragraph about trust. There was a single sentence describing what he did to me as a past domestic misunderstanding. I forwarded it to my attorney Paul and said 3 words: "I know what I want." Paul found it within 48 hours. Derek had taken out a home equity line of credit against my mother's house 6 months ago, behind her back. The money wasn't for the kitchen renovation he told her about. Most of it had vanished into accounts only Derek could explain. Now they were behind on payments. Default notices had arrived. Foreclosure was circling. My mother mailed me a handwritten letter on floral stationery, the kind she uses for church donations. First page, my father. Second page, forgiveness. Third page, money. She asked if I might be in a position to help. Through one of my LLCs, I quietly purchased the defaulted debt from the lender, not the house. The debt attached to the house, which meant I was now the one with legal authority to enforce it, or restructure it. Paul scheduled a meeting. Saturday morning, his office. I texted Lena the address. They arrived dressed like they were attending a funeral of someone whose belongings they expected to inherit. Derek had a leather portfolio. Lena wore heels. My mother wore pearl earrings. I was already seated next to Paul when they walked in. Lena smiled so bright it could have blinded someone. "There she is," she said. She moved to hug me. I didn't stand up. Her smile cracked. "I'm not here to argue," I said. "I'm here because the home equity debt against Mom's house is no longer held by the original lender." Derek went still. "It's held by one of my companies." The color drained out of his face. "You bought the note?" he asked. "I did," I said. "That's aggressive." So was changing the locks. Then I slid 3 folders across the table and watched Derek's hands start to shake as he opened his. Full story on channel, link below.